Good evening, you're welcome to Cstv News at 24 on Cstv. My name is Dorcas Mensah. Cstv News at 24 is brought to you by Rema Ocean Agency, Celeste with Tom Brown, K. Ezra Femix Company Limited, Sarah's Dream Jewelry, Yap Decorations, NAP Apartment Hotel, and Cresta Jorek Pet Shop. Now, in the headlines, Kolebu Teaching Hospital surgeon rises alarm over breast cancer surge. Coming your way also, Pandai Chiefs oppose parliamentary election rerun. In business news, Unity tariff hikes too sensitive to ignore, says Austin Gamet. And on international front also, dozens injured after earthquake strikes Japan. These and many more stories will be coming your way on tonight's news bulletin on CSTV. Please stay with us. You are live on CSTV News at 24 on CSTV. To our first story for tonight, former president of the Ghana Bar Association, Sam Okudzeto, says the office of the special prosecutor has failed in achieving the purpose for which it was created. Speaking on a panel discussion, Sam Okudzeto says the OSP has not made any dent in fighting corruption.
I don't think so. That is exactly the issue that I'm trying to drive here. Corruption is still on. I see it every day, everywhere you turn, in every institution, you see it openly. They are not even afraid. People are no longer even afraid. You go there and they demand money from you to do this for you, when you've already paid. And yet they are demanding money from that institution is not achieving its purpose. Because look at it this way. You have an Attorney General's department. In that department, they have the civil section, and then they have the prosecutorial section. This one is headed by the Director of Public Prosecution. The other one is headed by the Solicitor General. Now, what is the Director of Public Prosecution supposed to prosecute criminals? I mean, there is nothing which makes corruption any more different than any other. We have Director of Public Prosecution. That is his job. So why do you create another institution to do the same job? See, in other places where you have this special prosecutor, it means that there is a specific problem that has arisen, and you want that person to go there and solve that problem. Period. That's all. You don't create a whole institution for it, as we have done. If you like, you can go and search and ask yourself, where do we have that kind of institution? You see, the Prime Minister of England, you know what his position before? He was Director of Public Prosecution. You know, DF, he was Director of Public Prosecution. You bring a stalwart there, he's there. But then you forget something. If you don't have a proper inquisitorial system, can be able to investigate and provide the information, you can go to court and you know.
Recently, there has been a surge in breast cancer in the country due to that a general surgeon at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Josephine Nsafo, has urged governments to establish an additional cancer centers across the country as the country battles a surge in breast cancer. During the launch of the Jidula Breast Cancer Foundation, Dr. Josephine revealed that the unit currently has about 600 new cases of breast cancer each year, placing pressure on the facility. She also explained the increasing patient load has stretched the existing capacity at teaching hospitals, especially the Kolebu Teaching Hospital.
100 new cases of breast cancer diagnosed every year, in addition to those already living with breast cancer. It's quite concerning, it's quite alarming. And I must say that we're also, overwhelmed with a large number of patients to attend to. I think we have one of the longest clinics at the surgical department. So this is a concern. And the patients we see, a lot of them are coming with advanced breast cancer. Though I have to admit that over the past few years that we've been on the awareness campaign, we are getting people who come in with early disease as well. But we want more people to come with early disease. And so you'll find that people are now surviving breast cancer as they should when it's treated early. And this has become encouraging. So we are not only operating and removing the breast, we can remove the small cancerous lumps as well. And indeed, it will help if we had more cancer centers across the country.
Still on the same story, cancer survivor Fafa Gazo has launched the Dula Breast Cancer Foundation in Accra. During the launch, the cancer survivor highlighted the financial hardship many patients face during treatment and therefore called on our private sector to support to ensure that people with breast cancer can get quality treatment.
What I hope to achieve is, as I said earlier, no woman has to walk this journey alone. Because when I was diagnosed, a lot of my friends came home to sympathize with me. But the question I kept asking myself when he told me it is well is, you have never been in this situation, so you can't tell me it is well. There are lots of women out there, all they need to hear is, this is my scar, I have been through it, and this is me. So once I did it, you can also do it. That's why our slogan is, we fight and we win. So we do it together, we fight together and we win together. Apart from that, the financial bit. I have people in that room who, because of stigmatization, wouldn't want to be interviewed. But believe you me, they are going through a lot of financial challenges. So their treatments are always interrupted. They go today, they go tomorrow, and then they have to go on a long break. And it doesn't help the treatment cycle. So we are trying to raise funds to help people. A week ago, I received a call from someone, and you won't believe, the result they sent to me was that of a 15-year-old girl whose right breast has been infected with breast cancer. And the person asked myself, well, this is just a 15-year-old girl. So I told the parents, come in on Tuesday. I made a few calls. We got her into Kolebu for Tuesday. She did the first preliminary labs and tests. So hopefully next week she'll go back to Kolebu to see a doctor, and then ASAP we have to start her chemo. But with all of this, it's all about money. The government can't do it alone. When you go to Kolebu, when you go to all like the government hospitals, it is virtually packed on a daily basis. When you go to the private sector, like SGMC, believe you me, the amount involved will be involved. So please, it is a collective, it's something we all have to come together to do. With the corporate organizations, help us. We will always account for every penny we give.
Our to the Northern region, traditional leaders in the Kwandai constituency have firmly opposed any proposed rerun of parliamentary elections and has called on the president to intervene to preserve peace and stability. At a press conference, the chief expressed concern on certain groups causing chaos to undermine the will of the people. They maintained that the electoral process in the constituency was transparent, peaceful, and reflective of voters' choice.
We were informed that elections are won at the polling stations during the 2012 Supreme Court proceedings on the election petition. As chiefs, we are concerned about the potential consequences of a rerun should it be upheld. If violence and vandalism at the collation center and the destruction of electoral materials by aggrieved individuals can lead to a rerun, undoubtedly we have a very good reason to say that it will definitely set a dangerous precedent for future elections in Bandai. We, the chiefs, respectfully are calling on the president and all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people of Bandai constituency is duly respected regarding the 2024 parliamentary elections. We and our subject gathered here today are a mix of sympathizers of both NDC and NPP, and would want to live in peace and we say no rape run in our constituency. We do highly respect the rule.
And moving on to other stories, a tragic accident occurred at dawn today along the Wasai-Kropon-Bogoso highway, claiming the life of one person and the other seriously injured. According to eyewitness, a 6-seater vehicle collided with a cargo truck that was parked along the roadside. The identities of the victims have not yet been released. Meanwhile, the police have urged motorists to exercise caution, especially on highways with parked vehicles or poor visibility during early morning hours. More stories will be coming your way after the commercial break. Stay tuned.
Company Limited. So we per blocks machines here air papa. Na ne bonso assign edda form dia. Enye na enwani Amsel Company Limited. Ye were conveyor blocks machines, hydraulic blocks machines, pallets, any blocks machines in one accessories in na. And nothing so blocks machines are who draw opening in a bin so ewo ho. Jisha ye cha kwan ene ya. Ye was Spinters Road 18 Junction. Ye ni KFC dino ena edin hwe ni mu. Freye, it was 05,240 and I say 0540-725850. Amsel blocks machines in papa efie.
You are live on Cstv News at 24. Welcome back from the commercial break. Now in business story. Labour consultant Austin Game has strongly urged government to immensely adopt a proactive approach to the standoff with the Trade Union Congress over the recent water and electricity tariff increment. Speaking in an interview, he emphasized that the tariff hikes are macro-level issues that requires non-adversarial negotiations rather than a confrontation. Mr. Game, drawing on his background, stated that the government must lead by convening urgent discussions to resolve the impasse, which has seen organized labor demand a reversal of the price increase.
Well, to be honest with you, governments, as I know it to be, I have been in that office before. The government is supposed to be proactive when it comes to issues of labor. Labor is a national security issue. And therefore, I am pretty sure, knowing the caliber of the government in place, they will have to trigger their proactive approach in calling for a National Tripartite Committee meeting. Because these are macro issues, not necessarily the one that is negotiable in the common hands of both parties is how to adjust pay based upon the GDP of the country and related matters. Now this is a macro issue, and workers in the utilities are members of teams. Repeat that. Workers who work in the power sector, in the water sector, are members of teams, and they have their general secretary that belongs, that is affiliated to the TUC, and so they are also not oblivious of the fact that these monies are there to, in one way or the other, ensure that we have a stable power for all other workers to be able to work in their various industries. So both parties have a case. And so I would not, if I were to be government, I would not shy away at all in getting the labor minister, of course, the power sector ministers to get together to enable them to have a conversation about this issue. It's not something to go and argue for somebody to win or lose. It's something that is so sensitive and dear to the whole nation, not only people who are working in those sectors and the whole country. We need water, we need power, we need stability, and therefore all are important. So I will urge government and CUC to get to the table, leave out the insensitivity aspects of the whole thing, and talk it over. I think they can find a solution that satisfies all of us.
Nigeria's Minister Adebayo Adelabu has disclosed that the country is targeting power supply for the West African region. According to him, although Nigeria is unable to provide regular electricity for its citizens, it hopes to generate electricity for the sub-region. On the sidelines of the West African Energy Cooperation Summit, he says regional energy security is tied to Nigeria's success, noting that the country holds the largest gas reserves in the region and must play a central role in sustaining the West African power market.
Good developments. Sincerely, we know that we don't even supply up to what Ghana requires. But what we're trying to do now is to encourage additional investment into that subsegment of gas production. Today, there are a lot of huge gas potentials that have not been exploited in Nigeria. So a lot of investment is required. And we've seen interest being shown by interested investors. What government is trying to do is to provide the conducive atmosphere for these investors to come in. And once the price Ghana is paying is right, I can assure you that Nigeria is in a position to supply adequately whatever Ghana demands, and we'll be able to support your new gas plant, your new power plant that you are planning. I can assure you, we are ready to do that. You know, it's good to diversify, it's good to have alternatives. There are a lot of other countries in West Africa that still demand Nigerian gas. Even locally, we have not been able to meet domestic demand. Because you need huge gas supply to power. There are lots of other industries that require this gas, fertilizers, supply industry, and a lot of other industries. So I don't really think it's a threat to the Nigerian gas market. There are lots of other markets that we can supply to. And like I told you, the destination is to go to Europe. We currently have signed gas supply contracts in Europe, which means that we have to extend the gas pipeline to Europe. So it's not really a threat, it's not a bad market for Nigeria. A lot of us are targeting 2030 to have universal access. And
moving on to the international front, at least 30 people have been injured after a magnitude 7.5 earthquake hit northeastern Japan, forcing thousands of people to evacuate their homes. Due to that, some trains have been suspended and thousands of homes have been left without power as a result. Addressing citizens affected by the earthquake, Japanese Prime Minister advised citizens to reconfirm their daily earthquake preparedness, such as ensuring that they secure furniture, to also prepare to evacuate immediately they feel any shaking. Sports news will be coming your way after the commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now moving on to sports updates. Former Manchester City player Joey Barton has been given suspended prison sentence for making defamatory posts on social media about several renowned broadcasters. The ex-football sentenced to 6 months in custody, suspended for 18 months, and ordered to complete 200 hours of unpaid community works, as well as pay more than £20,000 in cost. Ghana international Mohamed Kudus has shared his thoughts on the Black Stars 2026 FIFA World Cup group following last Friday's draw in Washington, D.C. Mohamed, who played a crucial role in Ghana's qualification campaign, believes that the team has already shown its quality by sealing a place at the tournament.
Their approach is their part of the game, but I think to qualify for the World Cup alone is a big statement from us and shows what we can do, so there's still a bit of time till that, so just focus here for now, and then definitely we'll prepare towards that as well. But it's good to have England in the group. Interesting. I'm looking forward to it. Playing against most of the players in the country here, and some of the other guys that play here as well. So we are pretty much aware of the side we are facing and the quality they have, but we will definitely be up for it and be ready.
Also in sports news, Ancelotti has stated that he was surprised by Salah's interview following Liverpool's 3-3 draw with Leeds United, and says he does not know if the forward has played his final game for the club.
I cannot answer that question at this moment of time. You knew you only got 3 questions, so you thought let's ask 5 questions in 1 question. It's kind of it. Who can answer that question is Mo himself, so I can guess, but I don't think that's the right thing to do in this moment of time. So it's hard for me to tell who he means in that situation, to be honest. We let him know that he's not traveling with us, so that was the only communication that's been there from us to him. Of course, before Saturday, the two of us have spoken a lot, sometimes longer, sometimes shorter. And then your second question was, that's not the way I feel, but he has the right to feel how he feels things. I haven't felt that at all till Saturday evening for sure, because I think when I didn't play him anymore, usually players don't like the manager then that much, but he was very respectful to my staff members, to his teammates, and he trained really hard. So to an extent it was a surprise for me that when I heard after the game that he gave the comments he gave. But as I said, it's not the first and not the last time that when a player doesn't play, I'm not sure if he was emotional or not, but that he says something something similar to what he did. But I think my reaction to that is also clear, and that's that he's not here with us tonight. We are sitting here on an evening for a big game, a big fixture for us, Inter Milan, and there was only now maybe 36 hours between the moment we've conceded the 3-3 against Leeds and the moment I'm sitting here now, and I think you can understand as well that I've tried to prepare my team in the best possible way for the game tomorrow evening. So the most thoughts I had are about tomorrow, and in the meantime we've decided what I just said, not to take him with us to this game, and after tomorrow we will look at the situation again.
And that will be all for sports update for tonight's news bulletin. We're going for a commercial break. We'll be right back with entertainment news. Stay tuned.
I don't think so. That is exactly the issue that I'm trying to drive.
Welcome back now in entertainment news. Ghanaian artist Lasmid has shared a type of music that shapes his creativity. Speaking in an interview, the Friday night hit maker disclosed the kind of songs he listened to during his leisure moments. Asked why he gravitates towards those genres, he explained.
I listen to music a lot.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Mostly Muslim songs or Indian songs. I think it depends that I mean. No. But mostly it's Muslim songs. I love it. You won't get makes you sound so that feeling. So if you do some style, then hey, this yeah, I want to see progression today. Yes, it sounds so different. Yeah.
Grammy-winning Nigerian singer Temilade, known as Tems, has revealed his major red flags in a potential partner. The Love Me Jeje Kruna said she can't date unfriendly men. According to her, the essence of relationship is lost if the partner isn't friendly and curious about their spouse.
Oh, thank you. You know what? I don't actually think so. I always feel like my recordings are more refined, but it's just an artist thing. I'm just being high. Exactly. I think everyone has an aura. It just depends on like how big, how small your aura is. What is your... I actually just did a GQ thing. I really like that. Man of the Year. Yeah. I really like what I was wearing. I also liked, obviously the Oscar one was like my most controversial one. I felt like people need to see the different sides of love that I have experienced. Getting to a point where I've discovered self-love and self-accept. I'm always going to be a lover girl, number one. I've always been, but I'm not waiting for anything, and I'm not like, I still love love, but I'm just more grounded, I think. So I wouldn't call it lover girl. It's just like a, I don't know, whatever the next evolution of lover girl is.
Self-lover girl.
Exactly. Yeah. Self-lover girl. You ate with that.
I did.
Yes.
I feel really good about that.
What? Yeah. I mean, I have heard the name. Yeah. My dating term, I'm not looking for a man. But yeah, I'm just kidding. Honestly, someone that's not trying to be your friend is a red flag. Period. Anybody that isn't curious about you, red flag. Because what are you doing? Why are we here? You don't even want to know me, but what are you doing? If he doesn't want to know more about you, or if she doesn't want to know more about you, end it.
And that'll be all for tonight's news bulletin. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. Kolebu Teaching Hospital surgeon raises alarm over breast cancer, said Bandai chiefs oppose parliamentary election rerun. And business news also, utility tariff hikes too sensitive to ignore, says Austin Gamet. On the international front, dozens injured after earthquake strikes Japan. And this is where we draw curtain for tonight's news bulletin. Cstv News at 24 was brought to you by Rema Ushering Agency, Celestine Tom Brown, KS Rafemix Company Limited, Amstel Block Machinery and Block Manufacturing, Yak Decorations, NAF Apartment Hotel, and Crystal Jewelry Pet Shop. Happy birthday to Access inside that summer. My name is Dr. Mensah. Good evening once again.